Greetings fellow Decepticons, Soundblaster1987 here with my first ever King-Ohger review. Today I'll be looking at the Super Mini Plant or Shokugan Modelling Project version of the main King-Ohger component of their multiple mecha combinations. I haven't got the DX version for a size comparison just yet, but bear with me for another year and I'll get round to it. So, without further ado, here we have the main 10 shoe gods from the Super Sentai King-Ohger series. Kuwagata, Hachi, Kamakiri, Tombo, the Kumos twins, the Tento twins, an ant, and Papillon, the only one of the teams to be named after its French counterpart instead of its Japanese one, because Papillon is French for butterfly, because La Papillon was also the French name of Hawkmoth from the Miraculous franchise. So, in addition to the 10 components, we also get a swappable pair of splayed open gesturing hands for the combined mode, with their own level of articulation, which I'll get to later. So, starting off with Shoe God Kuwagata, the Red Ranger's component. Articulation-wise, it's pretty much on par with Legacy Deluxe Shrapnel from what I can see. There's in and outward hinges and a rotation at the mandibles for the sake of transformation. Rotation and an upward hinge at the shoulder of each of the two front bug legs, plus a hinged knee joint. No ankle because the leg is fused in its current position at this particular component. Same on the middle pair, rotation, up and down, and a knee joint. Then the final third pair are actually the robot arms, so they've got a swivel here, and a hinge there, as well as a swivel at this point, and a double hinge here. And there's also a hinge on the insect foot to reveal the robot hands for the final combination form. The wing casing halves can also hinge up and down and outwards as well, so you can either have the wing casing closed, or you can make it look like it's flying. Whoops. But be careful because the front two pairs of bug legs do tend to pop out of their joints pretty easily, with this being just a candy toy model kit compared to the full-size DX version, which I will review eventually once I've got it. Moving on, Shoe God Hachi, belonging to the Black Ranger, has a double accordion hinge at the neck for up and down head movement for transformation. A hinge and a rotation for the wings to change the angle of movement and to make them look like they're flapping. No geared flapping movement like on animated Waspinator here, for example, but that's for the sake of it being a model kit. The DX version doesn't have that feature either, just manual articulation flapping of the wings. Plus also, since the stinger becomes the robot foot, you've got both the ankle tilt and a swivel at this point, as well as the transformation hinge to make it look like he's lunging forward stinger first into something. Then Shoe God Tombo, belonging to the Blue Ranger, is a giant dragonfly which mostly forms the sword of the combination. Wings can flap up and down, hinge around a little bit on this rotation joint, and the wings can also hinge forward for the transformation. The Spider or Kumos shoe gods have a hinge at the legs just here. All four legs are unified into one piece each. And this version of the spider has a rotation at this point as well. As for the other spider, it can only rotate and can't hinge the legs up and down because of the way that it transforms and such like. The ant and the two ladybugs have no articulation whatsoever. Shoe God Papillon, the butterfly, can flap its wings up and down on hinges and rotate them a little bit. Plus also, because the abdomen contains the robot's combined mode head, there's the ball jointed neck motion here attached to where the butterfly legs are. The butterfly legs, due to transformation, can also hinge backwards a little bit, like so. And finally, Shokugan Kamakiri, the Yellow Ranger's component, has a ball jointed head on a accordion joint double hinge stem, and then the entire shoulder assembly can hunch forward on the same double hinge for transformation. The front scythe-like mantis claws are also friction pegged in so they can swivel 180 degrees because of the keyboard blocking everything else, so it can't spin 360 degrees because of the keyboard blocking it, but it can still move around. Same with the rear pair of mantis legs because the middle pair are moulded onto the yellow torso piece. The abdomen the back side of the mantis becomes the robot mode foot, so it's got a little bit of articulation to it, plus there's the ankle tilt that allows you to make the mantis look like it's turning around, but of course that's supposed to be for the transformation and nothing else. There's also a hinge at the knee for the mantis's silver legs. So, without further ado, to combine Mini-Pla King-Ohger, what you want to do first of all is take Shokugan Kuwagata, like so, hinge the front part 90 degrees forward, like so, and bring the mandibles up, then open out the thighs like so, then bring up these shoulder joints like so, rotate them, bear with me, apologies for the jump cut, with all the joints on this thing it's hard to remember which way round the arms are supposed to go. So what you want to do is make sure that the shoulder joint is assembled like this, so the silver insect legs from Shokugan Kuwagata are on the front of the shoulder panel. Then what you want to do is unfold the foot from the rear leg like so and make sure that the robot fist is pointing forwards for later on. Then same on the other side, so rotate this joint upwards like so, then get the insect legs out of the way and fold this joint in on itself. Straighten out the arm and bring back the insect foot, swivel the wrist to make sure it's all oriented properly. Then what you want to do next is splay open the wing casing halves to free up leg movement, and Kuwagata is basically ready to go. Next, what you want to do, once you've got the insect legs splayed out on the shoulders like so, what you want to do next is fold up Kamakiri and Hachi into their leg modes. So, for the mantis, first bring this hinge down like so, then fold down the mantis head, fold up the mantis silver legs like so, and bring the abdomen / robot foot all the way around like so. And make sure everything is the way it should be. Hinge the mantis legs and such like so that they become heel spur supports, and attach onto the knee stump of Kuwagata like so. Being a model kit, this is a little bit tough sometimes because some of the connections are a bit tight, so bear with me if anything doesn't want to go properly. Then for Shokugan Hachi, the tail becomes the robot foot, so hinge it all the way forwards like so. So it looks like it's holding its tail with its own insect legs. Then what you want to do is fold the wings down and forward like so. Then fold the wasp head down like so and attach to the other knee stump. And the legs are complete. So, for the rest of it, first what you want to do is attach the spider that's got a silver body and red legs onto the chest plate using this peg hole in the underbelly of the spider, and this peg here on the chest of the Shokugan Modelling, like so. Like that. Then the spider with the red torso and silver legs becomes the pelvic armour plate, like so as to facilitate the robot leg movement of the full combined form with the hinging motion of the silver spider legs. And the ladybirds, or ladybugs as they call in the US, will attach onto the forearms like so, using these square ridge pieces here as the interconnectable joint system. They'll come into play more with additional combinations, which I'll show off when I get the pieces for them. Next, what you want to do is take off the head and wing assembly from a dragonfly, or Shokugan Tombo. Be extremely careful about all the compound eye stickers on the head, and be careful not to pop the wings off. Reattach any pieces of it fall off along the way. Then hinge the dragonfly wings upwards and attach this peg here into this port down here by the top of the Kurogata wing casings. That becomes the back mounted wings of the combined form. Then the dragonfly tail will become the main weapon. So onto this you want to attach the ant like so. Then you want to remove the legs and the combined mode head from underneath Shokugan Papillon, the butterfly. Fold the horns up and hinge the butterfly legs around like so. Attach the head with this peg here and this port here. Attach that like so. And finally attach the remainder of Shokugan Papillon to the sword, like so, and attach that to the hand of the Megazord, or Sentai Mecha in this case, to complete the main form. And here we have Usama Gatai King-Ohger, the Super Mini Plan Model Kit version, in its completed form. For size comparison, here is from my previous review subject, Animated Deluxe Waspinator, who even at the wings is not quite as tall as this thing. So, for articulation, the combined mode head is on a ball joint for plenty of expressive movement and such like, plus you can angle the, stag beetle type mandible horns on the helmet as well. The mandibles on Kurogata can also be moved around as per the original insect mode for the sake of, getting them out of the way of arm movement and such. For arm movement you've got swivels and universal joints all over the place. Still a little bit stiff on my copy because it's only just been assembled, but you've got an outward motion here, a swivel at the top of the shoulder, plus also a transformation swivel. You've also got a backwards butterfly hinge joint for more expressive poses. A bicep swivel, a double jointed elbow, and a wrist swivel. All of which is part of Kurogata's transformation process, so it's all engineered together for providing the entire combination with as much articulation as possible. Just being careful with using these joints because they're all pegged together in such a way that too much swiveling will unpeg them all. Then you've also got a little bit of wiggling at the waist due to the way it's been assembled. The wing casings on Kurogata can still be moved around, although again you risk popping the wing casings off altogether. Then for the legs, you've got the spider legs able to move out of the way there. Then you've got universal forward and back, in and out hips, thigh swivel, a double jointed knee bend, rotation just below the knee because of the circular pegs for the combination, and both the Wasp and Mantis have ankle tilts as well as a back and forth foot rocking thing for the way their transformations work. Also, I suppose the secondary hinge in the middle of the joint here could also work as a toe hinge like the McFarlane 7-inch figures for an on the back foot kind of pose. As for these optional alternate hands, all you have to do is gently swivel the closed fist out and attach the new hand like so. And these hands have a hinge at the wrist like so, in addition to the usual wrist swivel. So that more or less concludes my review of Super Sentai King-Ohger's mini plan model kit of the original King-Ohger combination. I will be getting all of the mini-ply King-Ohger sets throughout the rest of the year, as well as the larger DX versions for size comparison. So, with that said, I've been Soundblaster1987, thanks again for watching, and my next review will be the Masters of the Universe Revelation 7-inch figure Skeletor, the upgraded form of Skeletor from Kevin Smith's reboot of the He-Man franchise. Till then, till all are one, and may the power protect you, always.